That incident happened a long time ago. Dr. Frank gone for many, many years, and my siblings, including Gus, all grown up. But I still vividly recall how transfixed I was by my mother's comments and how gripped by the romance of the expressions she used. I rolled the syllables around in my mind and whispered them into the empty kitchen. Noble, honor, dignity, compassion. How thrilling the words sounded to me. Exactly at that moment, I knew I had no other future but to be a doctor, to care for the weak and heal the sick, to answer a noble calling. That singular experience sent me to Kansas Medical School, motivated me through years of training there, brought me unexpectedly, delightedly to Chicago, and changed me forever. Whenever I have time for introspection, admittedly rare in my busy schedule, I can trace the line of my life from Dr. Frank's arrival in our small, cluttered Wyoming kitchen to the moment I met Douglas Gallagher. Like Dr. Frank, another man who would unwittingly and irreversibly affect the course of my future. My mother often said with assurance that everything in our lives happened for a reason. I'm of a different generation, however. I've lived through a war that engulfed the world, have seen too much pain inflicted on the vulnerable, have witnessed too much needless death and searing grief to hold a certainty that good can spring from bad. I regret that deficiency in my character, and through the years have often wished I had my mother's faith and warmth and genuine goodness of heart that shone from her, that drew people to her and made her so easy to love. I am made of sterner, more skeptical stuff. Still, my own life seems to bear out her belief in a divine plan that uses the worst of our experiences to mold us into better, stronger human beings, because I know without a single doubt that I would not, could not be the person I am today if, many years ago, my little brother had not been terribly ill and Dr. Frank had not staggered into our kitchen. Neither would I be the woman I am today if Douglas Gallagher had not stepped into my life. So, at least in 2 instances, my mother's firmly held confidence in God's good intentions has proved true. And I think twice in a lifetime should be enough for anyone. Part 1, 1910. Chapter 1. I boarded the train at Lawrence, Kansas, on a cold, dark night in early January, and almost immediately caught my reflection in the glass as I maneuvered the train's aisle toward my seat. A stranger looked back at me from the window. A self-possessed young woman, sensibly dressed in a dark traveling suit, thick hair plaited and wound against the back of a too-thin neck. She looked all grown up, that woman in the glass, calm and controlled, pleasant and professional. "Good evening, Dr. Davis," I murmured to myself, then caught my own eye and smiled a little at my foolishness. That reflection is how other people will view me from now on, I thought, caught unawares by a sudden feeling of panic. A full-grown woman, sober, mature, knowledgeable, and decisive. They will expect me to know what to do and how to act because they will see not a country girl from the Western Plains and not a struggling student, but a doctor. A doctor. For a moment the thought, still new and exciting, caught at the base of my throat and made me breathless. A dream ended. A dream begun. I found my seat and settled myself into the inadequate cushions, then watched my reflection fade as the train gained speed and rushed into the black night. I would have many long hours to remind myself that I was indeed a physician, educated at a fine school and graduated with honors, now on my way to a prize internship in the great metropolis of Chicago. That such an extraordinary award had dropped into my lap still took some getting used to. As the train rumbled east through the night, I knew I should try to sleep, but instead spent the hours re-examining how I came to be Chicago-bound. At my feet sat a large valise that held all my worldly goods, and on the empty seat next to me rested my doctor's bag of instruments, a graduation gift from my parents, the bag's still shiny leather, tangible proof that the woman I had seen in the window glass was